Hello, everyone. We're live on the internet. Welcome to this week's episode 2 of The Heroes Next Door here on Encounter Roleplay. I'm your host and your game master and your best friend, Savvy Seaworth, and we are here to play Masks. But before we do, I have a couple of announcements, and then I'm going to let these folks introduce themselves and their characters, and then we'll get started. If you have not done so already, there's a link in the chat, and you can also find it on Twitter. Go ahead and retweet that good live tweet for us. Once we hit the 20 retweet mark, you'll be able to give fun stuff to these fine players here, +1 forward to their rolls. So retweet that, they'll get a little boon. We'll do that at 20, 30, and the 10 markers on from that. And you can also donate to make fun stuff happen in the game. Fun stuff for me, mostly. That's what happened last week, and we got an extra villain out of it. So do that, and we can add some interesting events to the game. And then a quick couple of shout outs that I want to give, and I'll give these again at the end as well. Thanks everybody who's watching with us live, and also thanks everybody if you showed up to YouTube to watch this. Watch on YouTube and leave us a fun comment once you've watched the entire episode, and tell us something you liked about the session. You can't do it yet because it hasn't happened yet, but it will. And then also, and I'll mention these again at the end as well, tonight after this show is going to be the thrilling, chilling, frightening finale of the show, The Haunting of Seawall Orphanage. So stick around if you're here with us live after for that. And then there's some other fun stuff coming up here this week as well. We have another meat grinder coming up on Sunday at 3 Eastern time, which our wonderful friend Lydia is running, and some other stuff as well. Those are my announcements. So I'm going to let these fine folk introduce themselves and tell you about their characters. We'll do the same thing. I'll start with Mecha and go clockwise. Who are you? Your mic's muted.
Sorry. I am in the mist. Yes, hello, my name is Mecha. I'm going to be playing Jack Fletch, an awkward teen at high school, but it is a secret identity. It's like his copycat. He's part of the Protégé playbooks, and he's happy to be here.
I think I'm next. Hi, I'm Sean. Fourth at the Kraken King. I'm playing Freefall, also known as Nat Newton, who's less generally happy to be places.
I'm Morgan, also known as Imagine Matrix on the interwebs. I am playing Lane Silver, also known as Stardust, and Stardust is also happy to be here.
Sorry, hey, my name is Aram, and today I am playing Kickback, who is also known as Lathan Foster. And Kickback is a very good guy who always wants good things for people and was a true hero last week and appreciates that.
Hi everyone, I'm LB of LB Hack'em Up, and I am going to be playing Sabrina, the totally not alien outsider, also known as Corvid. That's her superhero name. All right, that is our cast of heroes, and one more time in case you forgot, I'm Savvy at Savvy Seaworth, and I'm running this show. But before we get started, I'm going to kick it over to Lydia really quick so she can show you our wonderful sponsor video.
Before we begin today's show, I would like to take some time to remind you about our sponsors. Fantasy Grounds, our virtual tabletop of choice. All of the beautiful maps and roles you see tonight are done using Fantasy Grounds, which you can try for free at fantasygrounds.com. You can also get all of your miniatures from Wayland Games. Go to waylandgames.co.uk and get yourself a huge range of D&D, Warhammer and 40k minis for up to 20% off regular retail price. and Tabletop Loot, who sell incredible dice. Go and check them out at tabletoploot.com.
All right. And we're back. Thanks, everybody. So, without further ado, let's play Masks. So, let's see. Oh, real quick, since we're at the beginning of the session, I'm going to remember to do this. Your team pool, since time has passed, has reset. It's the beginning of the session, so we're going to add 1 to it. So you've got 1 in the team pool, whoever's keeping track of that. Do any of you... Great. Do any of you have moves that pop off at the beginning of a session? Because I can't remember. I didn't think you did.
Nope.
No.
Great. Perfect. Then I don't have to worry about it. Okay. So we're going to pick back up a little bit after where we left off last time. So for a quick refresher, last time on Heroes Next Door, a super team of sorts that still I don't think doesn't have a name. You guys don't have a team name, do you?
Not yet.
I'll have to come up with one before
naturally.
the end of the show. But yeah, so a little super team formed in the form of these 5 heroes that you're looking at here: Copycat, Corvid, Kickback. The alliteration is killing me. Stardust and Freefall. Got into a bit of a scuffle in the middle of the Luminos City Bank, where they decided to intervene with a minor villain, a teen villain, if you will, who was trying to rob a bank. They handled themselves very well, I would say. No serious collateral damage, no serious injuries, and they were able to catch Phantom, who turned out to be Phantoms, a set of twin villains, who were promptly taken away by professional hero and Copycat's mentor, Spitfire.
/ mom.
/ potential mom. And they thought everything was great and wonderful and fine, except it was not. The mayor, Mayor Silver, aka Elaine's father, Stardust over there, called a press conference to try to calm the residents of the city and assure them that he was taking care of the situation at hand, but he was interrupted. His press conference was hijacked by some mysterious figure calling themselves Mastermind, who is not pleased with the mayor, is not pleased with the city, and is not pleased with the fact that he is trying to regulate young people with powers and keep them from using them. So that is what happened last time. Today we're going to pick up almost a week later, Sunday afternoon. It's been almost a week since the incident at the bank and the mayor's press conference. And for all of you, Luminos City has changed a bit. In the immediate aftermath of what happened, Mayor Silver doubled down on his tough on supers rhetoric, and as a result, young supers, such as yourselves, have been warned to be extremely cautious, not to use their powers outside their own homes, and that under no circumstances are they to involve themselves in any crime fighting, mundane or super. And a curfew has been put into place for the safety of all of you, or so the mayor says. So we're going to get a little slice of life from everybody. I'm going to start with Stardust. Elaine, your father, the mayor, has not only cracked down on his policies with his city, but he has cracked down a little bit at home as well. I assume he was probably pretty strict with you before.
Yep.
Being the mayor's daughter.
Sure was.
It has gotten worse. If you are not at school for class or a scheduled commitment, you are expected to be home. So we're going to grapple with that a little bit. In the form of, you have a move in your playbook that's part of your secret identity that asks you when time passes to roll and see how well you're keeping up with your commitments.
Yep.
And I would like to do that now. So I'm going to have you go ahead and roll plus your mundane.
Okay. Let me double check what that is. Okay, so that's +3.
Oh, that's good.
Let's see. That's an 11.
That's great. Okay, so on a hit, things are going pretty well. You have an opportunity or advantage thanks to one of your obligations. So which one of your obligations do you think is going particularly well right now?
I think my obligation to... Let me double check what those are. Oh, one moment. I think my relationship with my father is going really well in that case. I've been where I need to be on time, and if I've not been there, I've been able to kind of hide my tracks and say, it was for prom committee or something. So I think he's pretty pleased with how I've been falling in line recently.
Okay. Yeah, so you have a conversation with your father. He's not necessarily, I think, loosening up the rules that he has set in place for you, but I think at this point you know that you have got him in a position where if something were to happen, you've probably got a little wiggle room to get away with maybe being late one day or not coming home right after school or something like that. Yeah, so keep that in mind.
I will.
Let's see. We've talked about the mayor. Jack. Copycat. You spend a lot of time at home, I think, anyway. But are spending even more time at home after school and things like that because of the early curfew. As has your sister, Clara. Because she can't stay out. So she's been home a lot more lately. Does Clara know you have powers?
Yes.
She does?
She does. She's even caught me trying to go to my mentors at one point.
That's right. So for the last week or so, she's been home a lot more. She's been, watching the news, kind of keeping up with everything that is going on. And after a few days, I think you can tell that when she talks to you, she kind of asks you questions about, did you hear about what happened in the bank, or have you heard about the latest thing the mayor said? And it seems like she's kind of dancing around the issue. And then finally one evening, as you're kind of sitting there eating dinner, she just kind of looks at you and sets her utensils down on the table and is looks you right in the face and says, "Were you involved in the thing at the bank?"
What thing at the bank? You mean no.
Jack, we've been talking about it all week.
Sorry, I've had a lot on my plate today. I got double homework because I missed one from class, and they said that if I didn't hand these in, that I'd get a 3-week detention. You know how it is. So no, I wasn't there. I was at home while you were partying with your friends.
Would you even tell me if you were involved?
Yes, of course.
Whatever.
Go back to eating. Just
She's grumpy with you. She's grumpy with you for the next couple of days because she thinks you're lying to her.
What? No. 100%
All
honest.
right.
Honest boy right here.
Mm-hmm. We'll see how that comes back around. Lathan, your sister's been home quite a lot as well. She's 15, so she tends to be home. But she's been home a lot more. Obviously, not staying out. Things like that. Kind of working on various projects and generally just peppering you with questions about everything. And she
Yeah.
knows that you have powers because she made your mask and pushes you off the roof sometimes, which is great. So I think a couple of days for you after the incident at the bank, she's been like trying to contain herself, and she's asking you a lot of questions, and then she realizes she's doing it, she stops. But I think she finally breaks and just like comes up to you one of these days and just like right in your face says, "Were you involved with the thing at the bank? I've seen everything on the news, and don't try to lie to me, Lathan, because you're bad at it, and I'll know."
Well, okay, so yes, I was there. I was there because I'm a hero.
Really?
Yeah, well, kind of, yeah, but yeah, by accident.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean, kind of? Were
Well-
you there? Were you not there?
Well, I was there. I was opening a checking account because we need a toaster, and then some guys just like attacked it, and then some other guys, rolled in and defended it that I heard of, and we kind of formed a super squad team.
Why do you need a checking account to buy a toaster?
You don't. They just give you one for opening it, and then you just close the account. And you got a free toaster.
I'm gonna push you off the roof later.
I know. Just kind of looking over,
Did you see the villain?
Well, I saw one. It was a ghost, first of all, which is crazy because ghosts, right? And they were possessing the building. And when we got there, we found one of them, but then there was another one, but they also made 2 more each. So there was 6 ghosts.
Right.
We busted all of them. I guess that's what we do. Or ghost.
So you're a Ghostbuster.
Yeah.
I'm
They call
definitely
us.
pushing you off the roof later. She pretends like she's not excited about it, but you can tell she is.
Totally. Yeah. Just constantly asking me about a Stardust.
Big fan.
Yeah.
That's cute. Okay, let's see. Sabrina, you've been working on a project. We talked a little bit last time about your communication project that you're working on with your parents. And I think it finally seems like the hard work is paying off. You had sent out several signals towards the coordinates that Sarah had pinpointed for you, and it seems like something finally stuck. So early one morning, after a lot of silence, finally you sort of hear, as you're waking up, the communicator ding with the sound of an incoming message.
Sabrina just like throws off her sheets and like puts on her slippers and like scurries down the stairs, skids to a stop in front of it, and like starts hitting buttons on it.
All right, you start hitting buttons to try to zero in on the incoming message, and something comes through. It's short and it's a little garbled, and there's a little static, but you do recognize some words, a few words, in your native language that come through. You get the words location, communicate, signal, and response.
Okay. She pulls a piece of paper and starts writing it down. She is going to kind of like make sure there's no one like hanging around in her backyard for any reason whatsoever. And then she is going to the room lights up as she shifts into her normal form. And she begins to communicate back in her native tongue, which is a very guttural, deep, like there's no lips, so it's kind of just all in the throat.
Okay. Yeah, you start to talk back. What do you say?
Oh my gosh. Got your message. Super excited. Here's the coordinates. Can't wait to talk. Hugs and kisses.
Okay, you send that message out into space, and hope somebody hears it.
And then I'm gonna go jump on my parents' bed, back in my normal Sabrina form, and tell them what happened.
They are very excited for you, but I don't know that they will ever match your level of excitement. They're trying their best. All right. Who's left? Nat. Freefall.
Yes.
I imagine for you in the last week or so, your day-to-day probably hasn't changed that much. Class, practice, that kind of thing. But there is a new curfew in place. There are much stricter restrictions now in place for you youngsters. And it's probably become harder in the last week for you to blow off steam and sort of keep your powers in check in the way that you're used to. How does Nat manage that?
Oh man. I mean, sneaking out as much as she can, but if she's unable to do that, then she's probably put a lot of holes in the drywall in her bedroom that she's covering up with posters right now, just by like trying to like use her powers to like in like more controlled ways, just like laying on her bed and like throwing a softball and then like calling it back to her and using like manipulating gravity to like manipulate it around the room, and then there'll be like a burst and it'll just like poof, embed itself into the wall, and then she has to get a new poster to put up over it.
So I imagine your parents are a little concerned with the loud sounds and influx of posters.
Probably. Yeah. I think her dad's kind of leave her alone for the most part, but yeah, I think after like the third or fourth time it happens, they probably come to check.
Yeah, they're I think a little concerned, but don't want to be pushy about it. So they'll ask you if everything's okay, but kind of let it lie.
Yeah, she's just really on edge right now because is really worried that she's just gonna like explode during school at some point and send the whole building into orbit.
I imagine she's living for softball practice right now.
Yeah,
All
definitely.
right.
They got to make the regionals or whatever the tournament is.
I don't know. The sports game. We'll figure it out. Okay.
It's probably a
cool.
tournament.
The spring tournament, yeah. That works. So real quick, we did just hit 20 retweets on our tweet. Yay! Thanks everybody. So I'm gonna roll a dice and we're gonna give somebody a +1 forward. Does anybody already have one? Okay, you have one from last time. So you can only have one. So I'll do a D4. 3, 1, 2, 3. Stardust, that's you. You have a +1 on your next roll. Thanks, everybody, for that. All right. So moving forward. Yeah, we got to everybody. Sabrina, you have requested of me a particular scene, so I want to get into that. You wanted to contact Nat,
Freefall?
or you wanted to contact Freefall?
Freefall.
Okay. How do you contact her?
Probably via the Discord app that we.
I forgot you guys made a Discord server for your super team. Okay. So yeah, via Discord, Nat, you get a message addressed to Freefall from Corvid.
And it just says like, "Hey, wanna meet up? on a rooftop or something? Question mark.
There's probably the response is bank robbery, carjacking, vandalism. Question mark, question mark, question mark.
Being vigilant? Question mark. No chaos or danger. Just wanna get out.
Just a very dejected. Oh, ... Okay, sure, I guess.
Great. And then she'll
right,
send this rooftop.
Okay, so the two of you, Freefall and Corvid, meet up a little bit later on a rooftop somewhere in the city.
Cool.
Just zips up and falling up from the street below, and then lands on top. Corvid? Hello?
She pops out from some dark shadow.
What's up?
Well, did you see the video of Mastermind? The whole nonsense.
Yeah,
Wait.
I think we shared it in the chat.
Yeah.
Just like scrolling through her phone. Yeah, I saw it. That one.
What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, had like kind of a point with the not having to like hide and stuff. I'm kind of wary of anyone calling themselves Mastermind, to be honest, but I don't know. What are you thinking?
Well, you know, it's just like I don't know. It seems really like I don't like the way they're going about it, but I mean, they do make a lot of good points.
Yeah, right? I mean, I don't get why we have to like hide all of that. I mean, I know why I'm hiding all this, but that we shouldn't have to.
Right. And it just got me thinking that I kind of want someone to know who I am, like who I really am. And I feel like maybe you're the person I want to do that for.
She like takes a step back too. What?
What? Sorry, no, that's not what I meant. I'm just really awkward. Is that okay?
I mean, maybe. It's hard for me to say because I don't know who you are, and if you turn out to be someone like bad, that could be a problem.
Do I seem like someone who's bad?
No, I don't. I don't know. I don't know. You wear like a gas mask. It's hard to tell.
There. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna do it, and then you can decide. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So a green light starting from the top of her head and like kind of like 3D printing down her. And as it does, she loses about 5 to 6 inches of height. And as she reveals herself as Sabrina, she's not wearing any of the same clothing that Corvid wears. She's just in her normal gear, normal hair, all that sort of stuff. And she's like standing there nervously. Ta-da!
Sabrina?
Yeah.
What? How? Why?
I'm kind of a shapeshifter, too.
Wait. Wait, do you know who I am?
I mean, kind of. No, totally not. I mean, it's not like your face is revealed all the time. Just bright.
Shit. I knew I should have worn a mask. And she just like drops the glowing. Damn it. Wait, does anyone else know?
No. I mean, not that I know. No one said anything to me.
Okay. Okay. So you're a shape-shifting, flying light person. What other
Kinda.
powers do you have?
It's not really a power. It's more like an identity. So, you know, my mom and dad,
Yeah.
they're not really my mom and dad. I actually only have one parent, and they live really far away from here, as in, like, not on this planet at all.
So you're an alien.
Yeah,
I'm dreaming, aren't I?
no.
Just like pinches her arm. Ow. Okay, not dreaming. Is this a... I don't even know what to ask here.
I'm sorry. I just wanted someone to
I mean-
know.
It explains a lot, but I mean, there's a lot of things that you just don't. Okay, yeah, I need some time to think about this.
Uh-huh. Do you have any questions?
Oh man, yeah, at least a few.
Uh-huh.
What planet are you from?
Well, my
Are
planet...
there aliens on Mars?
No, actually, we're not even in this solar system. It's kind of complicated in that, like, what we call our planet and what you call our planet are completely different things, and it's kind of like, well, you don't even have a name for our planet. It's more like the name of the star, and then there's a letter after it. But I can't even explain the name of my planet in your language, so, like, it could just be like ground, or I mean, you call your planet Earth, and it's just like the Earth. There is Earth, but there's also water. There's a lot of water. You should have called the planet water.
I'll bring that up at the next meeting. Okay. Oh boy. I need to sit down. She just like sits down on the ground, like head between her knees a little bit, like kind of panicking slightly.
Just breathe. It's okay. I promise. I've never changed into you to do anything weird or like come up to
I wasn't even
someone
thinking about that.
else.
Have you?
No, I just said I didn't.
It just seemed oddly specific to say that nobody. Okay.
Well, anytime anyone in a movie or like a show is like, "Hey, I'm a shapeshifter," they're like, "Wait a minute, are you the person I thought you were? Or are you trying to be someone else? Have you ever come up to?" They always do that, so I was just kind of like preempting it.
Sure. Okay. Whew. Have you told anyone else this?
No, actually, the government doesn't even know I can do the light thing, so they don't know that I'm doing this. So it'd be good to like not
Wait,
mention
the
that
government?
to anyone. Yeah, the government. Like, I mean, multiple governments, but I kind of landed in like in CERN, that like big circular thing that does the particles.
No.
Okay, well, I landed sort of there, which is like in between Switzerland and France, and right? Yes. So their governments know about me, and this government knows about me. And like I said, my parents aren't my real parents; they're actually government agents. So like they're just keeping an eye on me, and like when I'm gone on the weekends, I'm doing like stuff for them so they can learn more about me.
Okay. Okay. we're gonna have to break this up into like multiple conversations because this is a lot to take in right now.
Just don't
So
text me any of this stuff.
Okay, good. Thank you for because they're like listening on your phone or something.
It could be. I don't know.
Are they monitoring like my phone now?
I don't think so.
Okay.
They don't even know I do this. And I didn't bring my phone. That would be silly.
Okay. Right. That would be silly. All right. I honestly feel like I should ask something, but I don't even know what that would be at this point.
Okay, well, if you want to write down a list or something, we can go over it later.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds so you're not here to like take over the planet or something, right?
No, I got here on accident. I came here when I was like,
cool.
Well, in Earth years, I was like 10.
In Earth years?
Yeah, your year, right? 365 days, because you go around your star, and that's how long it takes. My planet goes really fast around my sun. It takes 6 days, Earth days, to go around my sun. So like, we don't really like do like birthdays like that. It's kind of an Earth thing.
That would. Yeah. Okay. All right. I don't even know what to ask.
Do you want me to transform into anyone?
I'll add that to the list.
Okay. I know you like Scarlett Johansson. I could be her.
Again, another time.
Okay. Well, why don't you think about
boy.
it and just let me know when you want to chat again, okay?
Okay.
Thanks. I feel so much better.
I'm glad you feel better. Oh boy. And I think
all right, I'm gonna
go. She leaves and Nat just sits there on the rooftop for like an hour, just like panicking.
Oh, poor Nat. Nat's going through a lot right now. All right. Well, now you know. Now you know who your neighbor is. The heroes next door. All right. So my last question for the group. So after all of this went down with Mastermind and the mayor and everything, do you guys primarily just talk in your Discord server, or would you have tried to meet up on your school roof, hang out at any point to talk about what happened?
I would have tried to meet up in person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Stardust would have been hesitant, but they set up something she would go.
Okay. So yeah, a few days later, we'll say after this conversation between Corvid and Freefall has happened, you all probably spearheaded by Copycat and maybe Corvid, to a degree, trying to get everybody to meet up. I'll meet up on the roof of the school.
Not suspicious
to discuss
at all.
what happened.
Yeah.
Sleep on
I'm
the roof
there.
of my armor.
I emerged from the shadows.
I walk through the door like a person.
Yeah.
Ask myself.
Stardust like jumps from a lower rooftop up to the school rooftop.
Yeah, I like climb up a fire escape, but it takes me a couple tries because I thought that it was going to come down, but it didn't really come down. So there's some crashing and a lot of cursing, and then eventually Kickback comes up. Sup?
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I can't really get hurt.
That's fair, but
Well,
still,
not by,
that sounded like a lot.
certain things. Yeah, it was tough. It was tough. It was, hey, it's good to see you all. And like his hands go up. And it's like, okay, I got, yeah. Because he couldn't remember. He can never remember if he has his mask on. So he's always like checking real quick. Like, okay, yeah, I got it. Because on several occasions he has to just walk straight out in full outfit without his mask on.
Oh no.
Are you alright?
Free fall drop.
Yeah.
Free fall drops
So-
down from the sky and like lands there, and then like looks, hey everyone, and like looks to Corvid, and then immediately just like looks away, like trying to pretend like she doesn't know Corvid.
Right.
So should we talk about like the elephant in the room?
You mean Mastermind? Then yes, I think we should.
Oh, I thought there was a real elephant.
Yeah.
Well, we're outside in the
No.
room, so I think that would be your first clue.
Right.
Most
course, no
elephants are
offense, but-
outside. It's hard to
Well,
keep them.
and that's true, but like, you know, I don't think you'll find any here. Unless you're at a zoo or something.
We're going to
Right.
the zoo?
Not right now.
No. Look,
Once we
look,
deal with this whole
guys,
Mastermind
this
thing,
is
maybe.
serious. This is serious, guys. Like
Serious.
he threatened. I mean, I
I
don't
mean,
know if it was quite a threat, but he essentially implied a threat against the mayor.
yes.
And I mean, the mayor's not exactly our buddy, but
No.
But it's like,
you know.
obviously, he's got the eyes of the people in a good way to an extent. I mean, like if he wasn't, then he wouldn't be the mayor after all.
I mean,
Uh.
as annoying as the laws are, they're to keep kids safe.
Yes.
Yeah, but we don't follow the rules.
Mastermind did bring up some good points, though. I won't say.
I mean,
It's-
we keep people safe too, kinda.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
we did save those people
Mastermind
at
said
the
some
bank
really
after
cool
all.
stuff. Yeah.
And
So
then
we're
like,
gonna like join Mastermind, right?
no.
No?
I don't think
This is the point.
so.
This is the
No.
point of villains: is they come up with a brilliant plan, and that's why they're
What?
villains.
How do we know Mastermind's a villain?
I mean, even
His
if he
name
has
is
a good
Mastermind.
His name's Mastermind.
Even
They
if
like chess.
He appeared on the TV as a shadow. That's the first red flag. And then the second
Oh,
Morgan
thing
yeah.
comes out of shadows every time we see her. She's literally
That's
a
true.
shadow. Yeah.
But like, she's not constantly enveloped in shadows, though.
I don't know.
I mean, just because he makes good points doesn't mean that he's going about it the right way at all.
That's true.
Right.
But like, what is? But like, has he done anything?
I mean,
Well,
he's
I'm assuming he was
definitely.
associated with Phantom. He might have been.
I mean, he's definitely widened the gap between people who support supers and people who don't. I mean, if he hadn't done that, this crackdown rules wouldn't have happened.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost like he's trying to drive everyone further apart to suit his own ends, because that makes him stronger, right?
I feel like this
Yeah.
is making more chaos than needed, and therefore people are becoming more panicked, and therefore he can get away with a lot more crimes.
Hmm.
If you understand.
We
Yeah. And if
Yeah.
we're not
Well, we
out
should go
there
ask him.
fighting crime, then more people can get away with stuff. Brilliant.
Yeah.
I feel like we should
Yeah.
like
People
try
can
and
get away
find a
with
way
it.
to maybe convince or maybe slightly suggest the mayor that he loosens up these rules, maybe.
And if, I mean, I don't
not
know
saying
if that would
force.
work.
Because I mean, like we could just like maybe make the good eye of the city, or like send like complaints or something, or you know whatever government people do. You know, like send them
Sure,
unarmed
worded
letters.
Yeah.
Do you think you would read those?
Just,
No.
yeah, I know someone who works for the mayor's office, and he doesn't
Do you
really.
think that you could like have
read
them
a lot of
put in a
those.
good word or something?
I could try. I don't know if it would do any good. I mean, the mayor doesn't really listen to anyone but himself, so.
Right.
And we're sure the mayor isn't the bad guy, like pretending to be.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Cool.
That's really unlikely.
I don't know. Well, he's like, hey, no one can be a superhero. No one can be out there stopping crimes while I'm committing all the crimes.
Yeah, but then there's all the
Perfect.
the main
Yeah.
superheroes who are out there doing stuff too. So
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know,
Any
I
point
just
that-
if Mastermind was behind the bank robbery. Like, obviously, it's not someone you want to throw your hat in with. Like, they obviously have their own ideas and their own plans that they want to put into action that may not align with our values. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm not really cool with bank robbery. And I also don't think that the mayor is cool with bank robbery. This is just a guess. I wouldn't know, but I really don't think he would be cool with bank robbery.
I think as he's the mayor and all, I don't think he'd be all right with any crime, to be honest. I mean, like, think of it logically, unless he's like, I don't know, evil, but I don't
On
think
the West
he is
Wing,
just...
there were characters that were like corrupt all the time.
I mean, this isn't a TV show. So.
Well, so if we're not going to join Mastermind, then I think that maybe we need to do something big enough to make the mayor change their minds that, like, we are important. Like, make a scene.
We can keep fighting whatever teen villains that Mastermind's throwing out there. I mean, if they're gonna, he's not just gonna stop at having two villains rob one bank and then be stopped. I feel like it's just gonna escalate higher and higher, right?
Maybe.
I guess.
Are we
And
sure
are
he
the
sent
adult
those
villains? He implied it.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean-
okay. Well, look. It wasn't
So
very
what we could
mastermind.
do is
like, if we could
wait
take
for
him.
something big. Wait for something
Yeah.
big and stop him in the best way for the city. Or we could do something else which isn't particularly hero-like, but I'm not suggesting we do that.
We should steal
Or-
something. Oh, wait, hang on. We steal a thing and
How will that
we make it really because it'll get Mastermind's attention. So we steal something really big. It gets Mastermind's attention. He reaches out to us. Maybe he's got a Slack channel. And then we sneak in to Mastermind and we pretend to steal stuff for him. And then we just take them all out in one swoop.
So
I actually like that idea.
But it's
Thank
actually
you.
it's
That is
genuinely
not
okay
a good idea.
But I don't like the stealing part. Like, can we kind of change it to maybe like pretend fights with some people we may like hire or something?
Yeah, we could do that. I can see that. Yeah. We like pretend.
Or we can make a
Pretend to fight each other.
declaration.
Yeah.
I like the each other part. Like, some of us infiltrate, some of us pretend to try to
So
stop
some
them.
of us stay on the outside, and
Yeah.
I'm not the greatest at fighting. I'm not the fighting type, so like, I don't have any powers that can help
We
me
know.
with fighting properly.
I get hit really hard. Like I got hit by a bus and I was fine. So
Well, if
you
you're
guys can
be
just
hit by a
knock
bus,
me-
then I could be hit by a bus.
Well, there we go. We could both be hit by buses, and then we just like.
I can throw a bus
like,
at you.
I mean, if my
yeah,
power
that'd be
works,
great.
if my power doesn't work, then
What
I would be flattened. But you know,
I'll be fine. We just put me in like some supervillain uniform, and then you guys just kick me around for like I don't know 10
Right.
minutes. Yeah.
Well, what? Okay, what if we do this? Okay, Kickback and I will dress differently and be the
Yeah.
supervillains, and then you guys can beat us up.
Yeah. We're like brother and sister. We're like a brother sister bad guy team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
it
knife.
could work,
I'm knife
but
throat. That's what I am. My name is Knife Throat. Yeah.
Oh, I need to come up with a villain name.
Wait.
Yeah.
how about
Oh my gosh. Are we sure we're okay with this plan? I'm not quite sure that it will work, and if we get separated and you guys get in trouble once you're in there, like
Discord?
Seems flawless.
I'll be fine.
Yeah,
I'll be
just
fine.
gotta
Well, I mean,
stop
we
with
just-
the
How about
knives to me.
If your name is covered, how about Raven? Perfect.
No, that's taken already.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah. I mean, like,
Yeah.
how about Bird Person? That's also taken. Never mind.
I mean, I don't have to go with the bird motif in my.
Yeah.
I mean, if
What
you
about
dress
like a
differently,
unicorn?
Acid badger.
I just if you guys get caught by like the authorities or real superheroes, I mean adult
Well, then we
superheroes,
just tell them who
like,
we are.
I don't
I
think
mean,
it's
like-
gonna work.
no, I don't think we should say
Not like
who
our
we
real
are, because-
identities. We tell
like-
them our other identities. We got like 3 now. We can just tell them the other. I can make us IDs. I can make us fake IDs.
Well, what if we do it somewhere isolated, so
Sabi-
that no
Sabi's
one else
having a
can come in?
meltdown.
We film it, and
Yeah.
then that gets out,
Put on
and
YouTube.
Yeah.
Put it on
Okay,
Reddit.
that's a little bit safer, I guess.
Oh, Reddit's
Yeah.
scary. Well, okay, we can
What's
do it.
Reddit?
It's a
don't.
bad place, but listen, we can do it. Yeah, we just
Okay,
make a
so-
video. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Are any of us in any sort of tech class where we can get a video camera?
Yeah.
My
I'm in a-
my sister mentor is
Oh,
great.
yeah.
Yeah.
Your mentor
she's
named
great with
Sistor.
Yes, she's great
Mhm.
with cameras. Yeah, I can ask her.
Yeah,
I can get
I'm
us
in
a
a,
bus if we're still planning on that.
Yeah, I can't wait to have a bus
Where
for
can
that.
we get a
I mean,
bus
like,
don't-
I think,
Should
I
we?
mean, like, if we have like a part 2 to the video, I think that could be a good plan for
If-
that. You know, like, we might,
Do-
depending on how it goes, we don't want to escalate it too far. I mean, we might do that.
I mean-
'cause-
If we can accomplish this without destroying public property, I think that would be
Right.
best to not commit
Yeah,
any
yeah.
actual crimes.
Be an old bus. Like we could what if we fought in a junkyard? Then it doesn't matter what we smash.
I mean,
Right,
there
or
we
like
go.
an abandoned building.
Oh,
Yeah, an
okay,
abandoned building.
how many abandoned buildings?
It's
do we
hard
know?
for me not to break things.
Yeah.
But if we could break things that aren't important, then that
I
works
think-
too.
Yeah,
I
like
think
a
if we
J.C.
did it
Penney.
outdoors, so like if we did it in a building, you might drop the roof on us, and that would be bad. So if we did it like in a scrapyard or junkyard of some sort, that would be perfect.
Yeah. Was make more trash. That's fine.
This is such a good plan. I have to plan an outfit.
Oh, yeah, I'm just
Stardust,
gonna like
you seem
I'm just
to
gonna
be
like
quiet
tie
during
knives
this.
to me.
Do you have any do you have any like, disagreements with this plan or anything?
I don't know if it's what we should be doing, but I guess if it's the only plan we have.
By that virtue, it's the best.
If we don't have any crime to stop right now, then I mean, got nothing but free
Raise
time, and I need to
mine.
blow up some steam.
Yeah.
Wait, if we're filming this, we don't have to really hit each other.
You
I
can
mean, like,
still
we
hit
have
me as
to-
hard as you want. It's fine.
Right. And we don't have to lay into each other, obviously, but I feel like we can throw some punches at kickback.
Yeah. Hit
Yeah,
me really
yeah.
hard. Yeah.
You could probably toss around a bit free fall.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. Like punch.
Sure.
How far have you fallen before?
I mean, like terminal velocity. My sister told me is like in like 100 feet. So I guess I can fall forever.
Cool.
I don't know if that's true. I don't want to test that.
Yeah,
If
I feel
we're
like
filming, wait, hold on. If we're filming this, should we all have different outfits and names? Because, I mean,
I wanna know
technically,
who you are.
we're not licensed superheroes.
that's true. I have
yeah.
spare costumes. If anybody needs.
But if you're different
They're
people and
low.
we're different people, then how can Mastermind contact us?
Well,
I mean, like-
Mastermind's going to contact us, as are other people. You and me, Kickback, and then we're
I
going to
get it.
infiltrate.
Because we're the
There
bag.
are already videos of the rest of
Yeah.
us out there, so
Right.
I don't think it's going to make
Oh.
too much of a difference.
That's
Mm.
true.
I'll wear a hood or something because I don't want my face getting out. Because I kind of just wear goggles and nothing.
Yeah. Did you ever think about maybe getting a fuller mask?
Hey, look! When I turn 18, this face is going to be everywhere.
Right.
a nice
but do you
face.
want it everywhere right now?
No, that's why I'm going to wear a hood
Okay.
or like some sort of mask or something. I have spare at home.
All right. All right.
There's these I've got these cool things just in case incognito, stealth missions. Preparing for the-
Incognito. That's my name.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's almost as good as knife throat.
Oh my god.
Kickback. Have you ever
Okay.
broken
Okay.
a bone?
So, I guess
No.
this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Is this
Yeah.
okay? Is this a plan?
I
I
think
guess
yeah.
this
the
is a plan.
plan is
Do you
to
have
go
a
to
plan?
the junkyard.
All I gotta do is
this is-
steal a lacrosse uniform, so I'm evil, and then I'm all set.
I forgot how much you hate the lacrosse team. This is way better than anything I could have invented. So, what?
When the players have nothing to do, they'll fight each other.
I can't wait.
So
yeah,
what
I
we're gonna
guess.
do?
Just briefly, I was like, "Hey, do you guys want to talk about what's going on?" And now we're here, and I'm a big
Hey,
fan
if
of it.
something
Okay,
else picks
so-
up that we need to be doing, this is just like
it'll
fun.
pick up.
It's Sunday.
I'm feeling just like wanders into the scrapyard, sees 5 people fighting each other. Like, what the hell?
Yes, the junk villain I'm about to invent. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
I want to do this first. So, Kickback, you are going to go to your sister
Yes.
and see if you can get a camera.
Yeah.
And the rest of you are you're all going to put on fake costumes and go to a junkyard and film yourselves fighting each other and put it on YouTube. So the villain will contact you.
It's flawless.
Okay. I would like to skip forward to this afternoon when you do this plan.
Yeah.
I will say, let's see. Oh, I lost my.
I'm in a lacrosse uniform, a lacrosse helmet. I've got a lacrosse stick, and I've just taped knives like all over the helmet and all up and down the stick. That's all I've done.
Okay. So yeah, borrowing a video camera from your sister. You all meet up later in the day that evening to film your video. Give me a brief rundown of what each of you is doing in this video. Kickback's getting beat up.
Right. Corvid is what was the bad thing we were doing?
We were gonna
Maybe-
poison the water supply.
Cool. Okay. Corvid will go into 100% theatrical mode and just like monologue. Like on top of a pile of junk. Talking about how and she looks like she didn't want to go with the black motif. She went with a white motif instead because like that's better. Her hair is completely jet white. Instead of wearing a black gas mask, she has like a white mask that kind of comes down her face so that the other part of her face is covered instead of just her mouth. And she'll exposit about like Mastermind had the best idea, and it's not great, but it works. It's an amateur. She rehearsed it for 5
Yeah, we'll
minutes.
see how. Well, I'll be the judge of how great it is. I would like you to roll to provoke someone.
Okie dokie.
So please roll plus superior.
Oh, kitten, I need this desk space, please. +1. Not you. You're fine. Go.
Is this during?
Hell yeah.
Wow,
Oh,
Nice.
I feel provoked.
I feel provoked.
She digged
Yeah.
into you guys a little bit, and it's kind of like, oh, okay. Tell us how you really feel.
Okay. It's very convincing. I'm noting down how well you guys do. We'll see how good this video turns out. That's 1 for good video. Okay, so Corvid is monologuing. Kickback, are you doing anything to also look evil? Or are you
Oh,
putting all
yeah.
of your effort into getting
No,
your
I'm
ass
like-
beat?
I'm like kind of like hunched down, kind of like a crab, and I've got like knives and other fingers, and I'm clacking them together. I'm just kind of like shuffled around. Yeah, we work for Mastermind. Rah.
Okay. Why does Knife Throat have knives on his fingers? Don't answer that question. I don't want to know. Have you also rolled to provoke someone?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm having trouble logging in, so I'm gonna have to just roll. So you have to roll for me, sadly.
Oh, I gotcha.
But it's a plus for provoke is a plus.
Superior.
Sorry, for superior is a +2.
+2. You do fine. It's a little off-putting. That's a partial success. So it's a little off-putting and kind of weird, but it works.
It's my brand.
Kind of in the background. What are the rest of you? So this happens. There's a knife crab man in a terrifying lady in white saying that they work for Mastermind in your video and that they're going to poison the water supply. Okay,
Yeah.
from the junkyard.
Stardust
And then the heroes
is
come in.
actually, Yeah.
There's a river that goes through the
Stardust-
junkyard.
Oh my gosh. Stardust wants to try her best throughout the fight to look like she's fighting really hard, but let the villains win because she feels like Mastermind won't contact them unless they're good.
Yeah.
And she's gonna have to work really
Okay.
hard when it comes to Knife Throat or whatever his name is.
That's right.
Knife throat.
KT.
She's
Oh,
gonna try and she's dressed in like an old gymnast outfit with like a different mask on, like ski goggles and like a mask that comes up over her nose.
Okay, but you are trying to make it look like you are throwing the fight, or you're
Without
trying.
making
You
it,
are
I'm throwing the fight
without
without
making
making it look like it.
This is, that's, oh my
Gets the
gosh.
free fall who just throws the bus at them.
Yeah, for the most part,
have
I'm
an
going to be
idea for a
having you
second.
guys
I have no
Roll.
idea what I want to do.
provoke. Go ahead and also roll plus superior.
Okay, let's see. I need to double check what that is. 0. I have a +1. So let me do that. And that is an 8.
Okay, yeah, it's middling. There are a couple of times when I think you stumble a little bit, but overall, from far away, it's convincing enough. So Stardust engaged in a fake fight with the fake villains. The other two of you.
I think Freefall has, or most of her costume is just her skin glowing, so there's not much she can do about that. She just ditches the cape and she puts on like a catcher's mask that she's spray painted white. Because that's it. And then what she does is just in the background while Corvid or Incognito is monologuing, she negates gravity on like a big piece of iron rebar and just T-ball just smacks Kickback just as hard as she possibly can to like hit him off camera, just to make it look like there's some action happening in like the background.
Yeah, I haven't seen it coming. I'm just like crabbing around and then just get nailed. Sent like 200
Punted.
feet that way, straight
Yeah.
through like the giant wall of cars.
I'm gonna have you free fall roll to directly engage a threat.
Okay, can I roll my burn first so I can use burn to make that?
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Okay. Oh, buddy, that's very bad.
What happens when you
Um,
fail on
I
charging
take
up your power?
3 conditions, and I also gain 2 burn though, which I'm gonna probably use. But
What conditions do you have?
angry, guilty for hitting him, and maybe a little insecure. I'll go with
Okay.
those.
All right, so
and then, yeah.
track your 2 burn. But yeah, let me have you roll plus danger to
Okay,
knock Kickback back.
so I'll spend those 2 burns or one of those burns so I can roll with freak instead.
Okay. Okay. So roll plus freak.
Oh, wrong command. Much better. 13.
Wow. Yes. So on hit triple is on a 10 plus. You can pick 2 from the list. What do you want to do to Kickback?
Oh, buddy, I don't have. Hold on. Hold the list.
I got.
Impress, surprise, or frighten. I think is definitely one. Probably
Okay.
impress whoever's watching the video.
Yeah.
Okay.
And create an opportunity for my allies.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you create an opportunity that Copycat can potentially take advantage of. What are you doing, Copycat?
But my powers aren't ready the out, so I'm just really struggling right now with what to think of to do. I guess I'm going to copy Freefall's ability and take that thing just to like ping pong kickback just immediately back.
Okay, so slingshot him back. Yeah, I'll have you roll to unleash your powers. And you've been given an opening by Freefall, so you can have +1.
Oh, sweet, +3 then.
Is there a way I can help with that by directing my kinetic energy back the other way so that I don't hit Copycat as hard as I could? Like I could, basically help sell
Is
it.
that like a team?
Yeah, like I'll be rolling with a punch, basically.
I don't see why not.
So that would be another +1.
Yeah, go ahead.
+4.
Wow.
15.
Yeah, you do this perfectly. I mean, there is not even a second where you don't think you can do this. It is a perfect copy for a short period of time of Freefall's power, and I think you all see this as he kind of slings as Freefall knocks Kickback with a baseball bat, and he goes just flying across. You see this just a little bit of a glow that kind of mimics the color of Freefall's around Copycat as he copies her power and then slings Kickback back the way he came. Kickback sort of tumbling and redirecting the energy as you go. It's pretty...
Corbin
it's
just
good.
turns. Oh shit.
Okay.
Great. So
Freefall's a little worried too.
you go to check on your friend. He's fine. He's a little dusty.
I'm gonna
And
say
stay down.
Yeah. No, and then Corbin is going to, or Incognito is going to rise up into the air and start fighting as well.
Nice.
Okay. Great. I'm gonna say you successfully make your video.
Yeah.
You all rolled very
Never
good.
stopped.
What is Stardust doing?
As soon as the video ends, I run over to Kickback. I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to throw you that hard."
No, it was great. You hit me really hard, like really hard. Like I went through a wall.
Freefall, your
awesome.
ability is really fun.
Right? Yeah.
I can understand why you want to break so many things, because whoa, that power.
Morgan, I
fun
think
to
your
break
mic is
stuff.
muted.
You're a streamer now too.
Yeah.
Stardust, after the fight and the video is over, is like, "Oh, what were you guys doing? We were supposed to make the villains look good, not like they were getting their butts kicked."
We had to like. It was like
I
it's
think
like
turned us
wrestling.
around in the end.
Yeah, yeah. It's like
I
I got
assumed-
knocked around, so it looked like you guys had a chance, and then Corvid just like with lasers and stuff. So yeah, it worked out.
All right, as long as it looks cool, like, can anyone edit it in some way? Like, do we know someone? Can your
I can do
sis
some
tour
mild.
do it?
Well, she's really busy working with the
I can do some mild
Northern
editing.
organizational team, but yeah, but I could ask her. She's good with Photoshop.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just however we can get it out there, I guess. We made a video to try and lure out Mastermind.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, before it was said,
Hopefully
I
it
was
works.
wearing, because everybody described how they were looking, I was wearing just like pretty much the same art, pretty much the same stuff, but with instead of the yellow, it's just blue, and blue hood. That's not creative. He probably found it. He probably saw a design online and completely imitated it.
Nega Jack. That's good. Okay, so
You're just like a Pokemon, right? It's just walked out a Pokemon outfit.
So
Yeah, it's
you spend your afternoon making this video and doing some quick edits to it. They're not great. They're not by any means sort of professional, but it's enough. You can put pretty much anything on YouTube.
Yeah.
So you get this video uploaded.
Is it monetized?
No.
Of course, it's monetized.
I don't think you have enough
Do
subscribers
any of
for
us
that
have a
yet.
YouTube following? Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
So that's going to be your next goal, probably,
Yeah.
Mhm.
is to get
Yeah.
1,000
Get
YouTube
monetized.
subscribers. So you can monetize your hero videos. Okay. there's a story in here somewhere, I swear.
Yeah.
So
Free
yeah,
brand
you get this
recognition.
video put up, and the next day at school, there are rumors flying everywhere. In addition to the rumors that have sort of been going around about what happened downtown last week, there is talk of some underage supers being involved, and talking about the villain. And everybody has now found out that it was 2 villains instead of 1. And there is talk that they perhaps were classmates of yours, but nobody actually knows if that's true. And then on top of that, there is a video going around school that looks very familiar to all of you because you made it. But everybody is talking about this. Everybody is talking about these new villains, Incognito and Knife Throat.
Knife throat.
Um,
Yeah.
and how they are Mastermind's newest cronies that he has released onto the city, and how these new heroes were awesome, and the fight was amazing, and everybody really seemed to go for it. And so there's a lot of talk around school as people are trying to figure out who these people are. In the middle of the day, as the gossip has continued, most everyone has seen the video while all of you are at lunch. Assuming you don't, most of you don't eat lunch together because you don't know who the others are. You, from your different places in the cafeteria, you hear a commotion as some of you, those of you that find yourselves to be more perceptive, probably see this happening with somebody holding onto their phone, watching this video that you have created, smacks into the back of a classmate of yours. Nat, this is somebody you know. Her name is Chelsea Cross. She is a tennis player. She's the U of tennis. She's very good. She is known around school. She's your age. She's senior 18. She's known around school for her power shots and also her temper. And you hear this commotion as somebody not paying attention to where they're going, watching this video, knocks into the back of Chelsea, causing her to stumble across the lunchroom and drop her tray of food, and it kind of scatters across the floor. And Chelsea's temper is pretty well known to everyone, including all of you. So as there is kind of a collective gasp from around her, and
Kickback just
echoing
laughs.
throughout. Oh no, you laugh?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, a laugh breaks out across the almost silent cafeteria as almost everyone in the room turns to look at you, Lathan. And from where Chelsea is standing, you can see her like breathing really hard, like her shoulders moving up and down as she turns, grabs onto the edge of one of these long lunch tables, flips it, and flings it so hard into the cinder block walls that it smashes in two. And she lets out this rage-filled scream, and you can see as this is happening, her skin starts to glow just a little and pulse, and then more and more, and her body starts to shift and change as she starts to grow into this huge, just monstrous person. She still looks like her, but 10 feet tall, muscular, and her skin starts to change and moving up her arms and kind of covering her. It looks like almost like she's being coated in metal, as this like liquid kind of silver covers her, and she lets out this just monstrous yell and starts to destroy everything around her in the cafeteria. But we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. I will let you guys think on that. Thanks for hanging out with us so far, everybody. We will be back in just a couple of minutes. We're going to take a quick break, get some drinks, and stretch. And yeah, we'll see you soon. And we're back. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out with us while we took a quick break and refreshed ourselves. I think if everybody is good with it, our poll is over, and we have at least a tentative super team name. The winner of the poll was the Unlisted, and everybody likes it. So for now, we're going to keep it. So yeah, shout out to everybody who voted and everybody who suggested names, especially a couple of you. I'm going to call you out for what you've done. Monochromatic Weiss and Smackaroni and Young Squid 2 in the chat submitted just a ton of stuff, and it was all great. So thank you for, and everybody else too who submitted. Those guys just submitted like so many names, and they're all great. So thanks everybody for participating, and may I introduce to you the Unlisted. So we are going to pick back up right where we left off. You all see this happening, Lathan, or Kickback especially, because she is locked on you. Chelsea Cross, tennis player with a temper, has just in a moment of anger and frustration and inability to control herself unleashed her powers on the Luminos High Cafeteria. She has taken one of the cafeteria tables, thrown it against the wall, and it is smashed in half and let out a rage-filled scream, and with footsteps that are leaving small cracks in the tiled floor that is set atop concrete. She is making her way kickback straight towards you. What do you all do?
Not surprised. Tennis isn't that far from lacrosse. This is what I expect. And what I'm going to do is what I'm used to doing. I'm basically just going to keep like getting things in between me and her. Because I like, if I get hit, everyone's going to know who the hell I am. So I keep getting tables and chairs and like just try to get stuff like maybe a cart or a vending machine, you know.
Absolutely.
So I didn't touch you. I got my dice back so I can actually roll.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Great. I don't know what to make you roll for running away. Well, I was gonna say defend. You're not. You're really just defending yourself. But that seems right.
Yeah.
For kickback, I think. Yeah. Let's have you go ahead and roll defense. So go ahead and roll plus savior.
Nice.
To try to defend yourself from an immediate threat.
Roll +2. And grab these dice. Okay. 10 total.
Okay, great. Yeah, you do it. So you all see this person, Lathan. Some of you have seen him before because you have a class with him, sort of scrambling back over the lunch tables, kind of pushing chairs and tables and moving things to try to put things in between himself and Chelsea. And she at first is kind of moving them out of the way, but then Lathan kind of around you, the people that are around you start to kind of help because they also don't want to be in the path of this. And so it gets to be enough where she's kind of scrambling over them. And eventually she just gets frustrated, sort of stops, picks up one of the chairs and just flings it into the concrete wall. And the chair, which is mostly plastic, just shatters. There is like plastic shrapnel. She's strong. So as this is happening, she kind of throws the chair and is looking around, and just in general is kind of in a rage, kind of swiping at things, turning over tables, and making a mess of the place. A very dangerous mess. What are the rest of you doing?
We're in the cafeteria, you said?
Yes.
So I think Nat's going to try to like duck behind something or like out of sight, and then is going to try to use so where nobody can see her, going to try to use her powers just to weigh down Chelsea like as much as possible, make her like as difficult for her to move as possible so people can like evacuate.
Okay, yeah. So you're going to duck behind some of the tables on the side of the room to hide the glow. At this, I forgot to team every time. You guys aren't really doing this as a team. Yeah, we'll skip on that one for now. You need to roll to charge up your powers, yes?
Yes, I do, and I still have 3 conditions, so I get a +3 to this roll. Oh, I can't type right now. That's not a good sign. It's an 11.
Okay, so you get your 3 burn, and I think
Yes.
don't have to mark any other conditions. Great, on a full success. So you duck over behind one of the tables, charging up that pinkish glow kind of coming across your face. You can see it under your eyes a little bit on your cheekbones and nose, and you can roll to unleash your powers.
Okay. I will do that. And I'm actually just going to spend 2 burn to get a 10+ on that. Using my overcharge ability. Because I can.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
I do that. I don't have to roll. So just I spend 2 burn, and I can automatically get a 10+ when overcoming an obstacle, reshaping an environment, or extending your senses. So I guess overcoming an obstacle, maybe.
Yeah, I would consider her an obstacle.
Okay. So yeah, she just like increases the like gravitational pull around her, like so intense to just like glue her to the spot as much as possible.
Okay. Yeah, you can see her definitely having trouble moving, and it kind of gets to a point where even like she's having trouble lifting her feet up off the ground, which it seems only enrages her more. And I'm gonna mark angry for her. Is she angry?
As I see this happening, I'm just gonna like try and like in the corner of the cafeteria, like just kind of like just put my hood up a bit and like kind of signal, like try and like calm her down with telepathy, just like saying calm down, and just trying to push the reminder of like her favorite song into her head, just to try and like make her soothe and just like, you know, like not be angry and not want to hurt people.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll to unleash your powers.
Okay. Nine.
Okay, so you're gonna mark a condition. Dealer's choice. Which condition would you like to mark?
I'm like a little bit afraid because, you know, there's this giant thing just like came out of the cafeteria.
That's fair. Yeah, so you go ahead and mark afraid, and you're able to kind of push into her mind. It is, again, the effect is temporary and unstable. So I think as you kind of push in, you are just hit back a little bit with just her overwhelming feeling of just like rage and anger, and then as you push a little bit deeper, there's not a whole lot else going on in there right now, because she is kind of in this rage state, this burn state, if you will. But as you kind of push in and try to calm her down, you can only stay for a moment, but just as it's kind of fading, you feel in the back of her mind just this little twinge of guilt over what's happening. And as this happens, you can see her kind of grappling with these feelings a little bit, her feet almost like stuck to the floor from free fall manipulating the gravity around her, and you see that that kind of dark glow over her like metal looking skin start to pulse, and it pulses a couple of times, like bigger and bigger, and then there is just this explosion like out from her that kind of ripples over the cafeteria, knocking people back, knocking tables over, things like that. All of you, I think, are far enough away right now that it's not going to do you a powerful blow, but you you were all kind of like knocked back by this huge like pulse of energy from her. The other two of you, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna like try not to get like too obviously hit, so I don't reveal anything, you know. And
Okay.
then just and then like does she fall after that, or is she still up?
No, she's still there. Yeah, she's still standing.
And she's still being held down.
As far
Like-
as you can
like-
tell.
Yeah, okay, because we can't see anything, so none of us actually understand what's happening. Because it's not like there's like little gravity energy waves that we can see, right? But we're okay,
No,
yeah,
she is.
all right.
She's just
And no one can
not
see-
moving
yeah.
currently.
And no one can see copycat in her mind. Okay, so I would think that if Kickback saw an opportunity, Kickback would just run, because she was coming for him, run right up to her, you know, in this state where she can't move, and just crack her with a chair, just hit her as hard as he can with a chair.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have you roll to directly engage a threat.
Yeah.
So it is plus danger.
All right, so it's gonna be +0.
Hi, Raiders.
8.
Hello.
8. Okay.
Little
Let's
successful.
see. So on a 7 to 9, you can pick. So you're gonna trade blows. On a 7 to 9, you can pick one thing from that list that you would like to happen.
Wait, that's the list I don't have. I'm sorry. Hang on.
That's okay.
What can I-
So yeah, for you and for the chat, it is like you can resist or avoid their blows because she is going to
Gotcha.
hit you. You can take something from her. You can create an opportunity for your allies, or you can impress, surprise, or frighten your opposition.
Don't have any allies here, so I guess I'm going to just try and impress her with a solid chair shot.
Okay. Yeah, you run up with a chair that the type of chair that you did just see her literally disintegrate in a wall, and swing it out here. And there is this like metal clang as the chair sort of knocks into her side, and she falters just ever so slightly, turns to you, and there's this grunt, and then you all see just this massive backhanded swipe as she just like strikes directly into Lathan's chest, just sending him flying across the room. I am gonna have you, we haven't done this yet, it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna have you roll to take a powerful blow.
Yeah.
So this is the one where you want to roll low. You want small
Gotcha.
numbers. So you're gonna roll plus the number of conditions you have marked.
Aha. I have no conditions marked
I
right
think
now.
it's 0.
Yeah, so that's lucky. All right. 4. Yeah.
On a miss, you don't forget when you miss a roll, you mark potential as well.
Right.
So you mark your potential. On a miss, you stand strong. So you mark your potential as normal, and say how you weather this blow.
Yeah, so I have to throw some of this off, because if I get knocked, all the way across a room and into a wall, people are gonna know that I'm not just a person. So I manage to kind of redirect myself to land in they have all these snacks laid out because the debate team is trying to pay for their bus trip to New Hampshire or whatever, right? So I just crash through this giant pile of Kit Kats and just roll to the back of the cafeteria.
Okay, yeah, you see him go flying through this fundraiser table, crashing through, candy going everywhere, rolling through, almost kind of out into the nearby hallway, but managing to pop up and get up and be okay somehow. And as she sort of knocks you off of her, she turns around to the rest of the cafeteria. Corvid or Stardust, what are you guys doing?
I think Elaine, throughout this time, as herself, has been trying to usher students out of the cafeteria as fast as possible, just because that's what she would do as student government and as herself. So she's tried to get as many people out as she can. And once she's done so, she takes a risk and decides to run to the bathroom and change into her hero outfit. And as soon as she's changed, she runs back to the cafeteria.
Okay.
And
So Stardust, shows back up in costume. What do you say
Yeah.
or do?
She wants to distract the giant colossus that has appeared in their cafeteria. So I guess she's gonna try and provoke it.
Okay, yeah. What do you say?
Hey, ugly! Over here! God, you made it on the tennis team looking like that?
Whoa. Yeah, go ahead and roll plus superior to provoke someone. Oh no.
That's +0. Oh, this can
Burn.
be fine or terrible. Haha, that's a 2.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Oh, hold on. I gotta look at the thing. For
Oh
NPCs. I don't think there's fail conditions. I think you just fail. Boy, what would be worse? Because I don't think she is even going to give you the time of day. Yeah, I think you all see Stardust kind of come in, like bust through the crowd, like full costume, just looking amazing and majestic, and she calls out, "Hey, ugly, over here." And it's it's kind of disappointing, I think. And I think you see just very briefly Chelsea kind of look back over her shoulder and doesn't even give you the time of day for that. I'm gonna have you mark a condition, and I'm gonna tell you which one. And I think it's insecure, my friend.
That one again. That kind of makes sense.
Does not go well, and you see Chelsea slowly, I think this glow around her kind of glowing brighter and brighter that was putting this pulse off earlier, and you can start to see and Freefall, I think you can feel her kind of pulling against the connection that you have to this gravity, and her feet are starting to move again. So she's starting to like grab onto tables and like even like a couple of like the people that are still around her and like pull on them, trying to pull herself free. Corvid.
Corvid is going to panic leave with everyone else. And if it's set up like my high school, there's the cafeteria, the hallway, and then there's like an exit right there. So she's going to kind of, using her toughness a little bit, push ahead of the crowd. So she's like one of the first people out.
Okay.
She's going to shift into her, so like just a bright light, and she is Corvid, and she's going to bust through the window of the cafeteria to get the attention of Chelsea.
Okay,
Just
gonna try to get her attention.
Billowing, feathers, ruffling, looking all cool.
Okay, yeah, roll to provoke someone.
Cool. That's plus
Superior. Yes.
Cool. Which mine is right now 1. Hell yeah. Oh. It's a 10.
Okay. They rise to the bait and do what you want. So yeah, it is Corvid's turn. I think you see her kind of pulling, and finally she lands on one of the tables that is sort of bolted to the floor, and you can see her kind of trying to pull herself free of whatever is holding her here. And with one final like push, she pushes herself all the way back and pulls on the table, and just ripping it out of the ground and flinging it behind her, just launches herself at you and sort of grabs onto you, and you both go tumbling to the ground, and she is
Can
massive.
I have it go out the window? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, you she just impacts you like a truck, and kind of you get wrapped up in her, and you both go kind of tumbling through her, kind of smashing even through like part of the wall on the sides of the window. I'm also gonna have you roll to take a powerful blow.
Oh boy.
Could I potentially help her using my shielding move to defend someone?
Oh yeah. Tell me how that move works.
I can
It just lets you roll
spend a
defend.
burn to defend someone using freak.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll resolve that first. So kind of watching from where you are, free fall. You spend your burn to go ahead and roll to defend, which is plus savior, unless the move changes
The
your
move
roll. I know you
lets me
have some
do
of those.
freak and stuff.
Freak.
Yeah, it's like all my moves pretty much.
Yeah. All right. So go ahead and roll plus freak.
It's a 10.
Okay. Yeah. So you do it. What does your shielding look like?
So I think in this case, if they're like tumbling out the window, I assume we're on the first floor, or are we like on?
Yeah.
Okay. I think. Yeah, I think as she's like charging towards her, that she'd use her like flip gravity to like pull Corvid like up into the air and out of the way, like deflect some of the blow, so that she's not getting like fully slammed into. Hopefully, like reduce some of the impact.
Okay. Yeah, you do. So yeah, that makes the blow much less powerful. As Corvid, you sort of feel yourself as like almost like this hook in your gut. You are like pulled out of the arms, out of this pile that is happening, as you see Chelsea sort of underneath you go tumbling through the window and across the asphalt of the parking lot outside. She gets up almost immediately. And starts just screaming. It is this sort of like rage and also a lot of other things going on, but she just is letting out these like horrible, just like angry screaming noises, and she starts to out in the parking lot she loses interest in you almost immediately because she can't reach you, and starts to go berserk, and is moving out into the parking lot. She takes the bottom of one of the cars and just flips it over on top of another one, and is just in a complete rage spiral.
Corvid's just like, I don't know what to do.
Now, did you park your car in the parking lot?
Can't drive. Not a legal
free
citizen.
fall.
Oh man, yeah, yeah, I'd be out there. Also, I just realized because didn't mark it on there, I had a -2 on that roll, so it was only an 8. So I'd have to expose myself to danger in order to do that. So I guess I'm out in the open now.
You're out in the open. Yeah, we'll just remember it next time. Here's your danger. You parked in the second row today. She's
we
real
got
close
here
to
early
the car,
for like
man.
the first time.
I've got a plan, and I'm going to regret this plan for the rest of my days. I'm going to copy her power to turn into a giant monster and try and rugby tackle her.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Excellent.
just before I do that, I'm gonna put my bag down gently, take off my headphones, and just take off like my tie and stuff, and put them in there. Just make sure they don't get hurt. I can buy a new shirt, and I'm just gonna like hide around a corner, look at what she's doing, feel pretty angry, just to try and get myself into her mindset, just trying to defeat her into my head, and then I'm gonna try and turn into whatever she is.
Okay, so you're going to try to copy her power. This is about to get a little complicated. Roll to unleash your powers, please.
Okay. 14.
Double sixes. All right, so yeah, you do. So you watch for a moment, like as you're setting your stuff down, and you have observed her, and you try to copy her power, and instead of just turning into a very large monster that is covered in metal, nothing happens initially. You feel this. You feel something like almost like warm kind of settle in your chest. And it is like the power is there, but it is waiting for you to use it. And you rolled really good, so I'll tell you what her power is. Specifically, in the technical sense, and I've messed with it a little bit, Chelsea has biokinesis, meaning she can change her DNA.
Right.
And she can also
Okay.
change the DNA of anybody she touches, skin-to-skin contact, if she wants
Yes,
to.
okay. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to run out. I'm just going to, like, quickly... I probably have, like... I'm just going to, like, throw my hood up, just so my face can't be seen. And I'm going to run up behind her and try and touch her and turn her back to normal.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have you do Unleash Your
Slightly-
Powers one more
actually-
time.
Actually, slightly weaker than she was when she was human. Just so she is, like, you know...
Okay.
I'll turn her back to normal at one point. She can do it to herself, but, like, you know, just in case she is still pissed off, and I'm definitely weaker than her physically.
Okay.
So I'll bring it
yeah.
down to my level of physical fitness.
Yeah, roll to unleash your powers. Roll to unleash
Okay.
her powers.
7.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna call this one temporary. Because that is, in fact, I read it wrong last time. That is an or in there and not an and. So you don't have to do both, but it was fine. We're all learning as we go. So I'll say no condition this time, but this is going to be a temporary effect. So you all see this small-ish hooded figure run directly towards giant metal Chelsea and reach out a hand, kind of moving up behind her, reach out a hand, put it on her, and after a second, all the yelling and the smashing stops, and you see her form start to contort a little bit and then shrink down back to eventually its normal size. And the silver, almost like paint running off of her, kind of fades and runs down her until it disappears, and she falls to her knees in the middle of the parking lot. It's not going to last for a ton of time.
Mhm.
It's not permanent for your purposes, copycat. But for now, she's in a weakened state.
Alex, go back inside.
Huh?
Says
What?
Corbin.
I just, like, kind of look around, kick her in the stomach, and then run away.
Rude. I won't make you roll for that. Yeah. You see him kind of haul off, kick her a little bit, and then run. The rest of you, what are you doing?
I am hijacking a bus. Well, not hijacking. I am hotwiring a bus because my idea was to drive a bus into her.
She's human now.
Okay, so
Doesn't
as
know
you're
that.
I
as
don't
you're
know.
sort of in the bus outside in the parking lot, all of a
Yeah.
sudden, all of the crashing and screaming from outside stops.
Okay. Everyone okay?
It's handled for the
Yes.
moment, citizen.
Morgan, you muted this.
Morgan, your mic's muted.
After her failed provocation, Stardust has just gone, ah, crap, and runs outside and is like, sees all this happen and is like, are we still fighting? Is she normal now?
Stardust.
I don't really feel. Oh, hi, Corvid. Are we still fighting?
I think we need to take her somewhere, safe.
You can
Which is
fly. What if
something-
you just like picked her up and like flew her somewhere.
As you guys are having this
Should-
conversation, that's how you know something is going to happen. We did smash our sub goal. It's time for an event, squad. Thanks, subs. As you are having this conversation from behind the two of you, seemingly out of nowhere, you hear a familiar voice. A quiet voice that you have heard once before during the press conference he hijacked. Standing behind you, saying to you, "I'll take it from here," is a tall man in a suit, a nice kind of navy with a little silver pinstriped suit, a dark tie, white shirt, carrying a briefcase, and wearing a sort of dark navy mask over his face. There are some tubes coming out of the side and kind of connecting around toward the back of his neck. But the voice, unmistakable. Step aside.
No.
I don't know if we should.
I'm not asking.
Stardust looks at Corvid and kind of assumes the same position.
I think from under the mask there is this kind of tinny laugh. And he kind of leans down to the asphalt, kind of sets his briefcase down, and just stands there for a moment, kind of looking at the two of you, seeing if you're going to do anything, and kind of looks over your shoulder to where Chelsea is still sitting on the asphalt, and says, "It's not going to last very long. Make your choice."
Yeah.
So what would you do to her?
To her? Nothing. I'll help her.
Help her in what way?
He sort of pulls back his jacket sleeve a little bit and looks at a nice watch that he's wearing. You've got about 60 seconds. This girl needs help controlling her powers.
Then when she's done, you can ask her to go with you willingly.
Chelsea kind of calls out, "Would you like some help?" And I think you can hear from behind you just a little bit of like soft crying. And then Chelsea kind of pushes herself up off of the asphalt and looks at the two of you, and you can see she looks a little gaunt, kind of a little sunken, because she's had some of her powers kind of drained out of her, but you can see the color slowly starting to come back into her face, and her eyes are starting to glow that like silver sheen again. Make your choice.
Stardust looks to Corvid.
Corvid looks at Stardust. "Evil villain, man!" And then she fires a blast at Mastermind.
Okay. Yes, so we roll to... Oh boy. Is this unleash your powers? Is this directly engage a threat? I'm gonna call this one directly engage, I think. So, roll plus danger.
Plus danger. Danger. Oh, that's a -1. This will be great. Five.
Oh no.
Oh, I do
mark
have a
your-
+1, but it's not going to help very much.
No, it's not. Yeah, so go ahead and mark your potential. You fire off this blast at your mind, and he doesn't even flinch. You can see, I think the lapel of his jacket kind of flutter a little bit, and then he looks at his watch again, leans down, and picks up his briefcase and says, "It's a real pity. I did very much enjoy your movie." And he just pushes past you and walks over to Chelsea and kind of claps a hand gently on her shoulder and says, "Are you ready to go?" And she nods. And then there is this dark ring that kind of forms on the ground around them, almost like these shadows are kind of coming up out of the ground, and they are pulling from the shadows around you in the parking lot, so of the upturned cars and things, and he kind of pulls them around the two of them, and they move up and over and then almost immediately collapse back into the ground, and both of them are gone.
During this time, from when I ran away, could I have just been recording this entire thing?
Absolutely.
From the cafeteria window?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that sucked.
My power didn't work at all on him.
Yeah.
Kickback just walks up, no mask, for not really thinking about it, and like, hey Stardust, hey Corvid, we almost had him.
I'm sorry.
You recognize a voice a little bit.
You just, come on. Anyways, so where are the others? I'm gonna hang out. Yeah. Yeah. How'd you know? Oh. Yeah. Anyway, so that was a test, and you all passed. So I'm gonna go back to just being a normal student, and I will see you later. And he walks away.
Bye-bye.
And then he goes behind a bus. He quickly puts his mask on and strides right back out. Same school uniform, same everything. He's like, "Hey guys, hey man, you see that Lathan guy? He's cool. Anyway, glad I could show up just in the nick of time to help."
Kickback, are you Lathan?
What? No, that guy's a.
You didn't
person.
even unbutton your shirt or anything.
You're dressed
we all
the
have
same.
the same uniform. You can't tell. You don't. Yeah, it's me. Yeah, he kind of pulls it up. He's like, "Yeah, it's me." Shh, don't tell don't tell sis door. And then he puts it back down.
I don't know if I'm surprised or not.
I know, it's shocking.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Now, because you saw all that good in my heart, right? And now you see that I'm a hero, and yeah, it just lines right up.
Totally. We should probably disperse.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, the cops are definitely gonna come for this. We should probably get out of here.
Yeah, you start to hear sirens in the background.
I should get back into my regular clothes.
Right. Me too.
Right.
This costume takes forever to get on and off. She flies towards the other end of the school.
Just watching
Stardust
her.
just runs back to the girls' bathroom where her stuff is.
Does Kickback sometimes go into class with his mask on?
Yes, he has known to before. Like he'll walk up to the building and then or he'll just be talking to someone, but the mask is under his shirt blinking, so this pink light keeps blinking out, under his face. He's not good at this.
Oh no.
But he ducks behind the same bus, which is in clear sight of the front security cameras, and takes off his mask and then goes inside.
Free Fall, we haven't heard from you in a second. What are you doing?
Yeah, she's just been hiding behind the counter in the cafeteria still. So I think Copycat just sees not Free Fall, but just Nat come crawl out from behind there, see him, and just oh no, and just we'll kind of walk out of the cafeteria, or jog out she's kind of panicked.
Right. Okay. I probably should tell my mentor about this. I walk over to Miss Evelyn Burns' classroom or office
Okay.
or whatever. I just like
yeah.
just knock on the door.
Yeah, after a moment, she in regular teaching clothes opens the door, and you see her kind of this long red hair tied back in a braid, like she usually keeps it during the day. Oh, Jack, what's wrong?
What the hell were you? Sorry. But honestly, what? How? Why? There was
I'm sensing you
commotion.
have something you want to talk to me about. Why don't you come in?
You just go in. I'm like,
She shuts the door. Attitude.
deserved.
Oh, I think I'll be the judge of that.
There was a giant hulking monster in the cafeteria fighting people, and I saw Mastermind in the parking lot. I have a video of it. I have proof. And I pull out my
Show it to
phone
me.
and show her the video.
She watches at first and she looks a little bit confused, and you see her face slowly morph into just like horrified.
I saw this and I tried to stay low and I didn't show who I was. And I subdued the big hulking beast, which didn't show us up as a beast in the video, but in the just before that, there was this student. I think her name was Chelsea. That's it. Sorry, I don't remember names very well. She's part of the tennis team, I think, and she turned into a giant hulking monster, and she broke some tables and was attacking students in the cafeteria. So, help would have been appreciated.
Jack, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I didn't receive a call, and I can't intervene without a call.
I couldn't go onto my phone. Like, what if she attacked me? I would have been defenseless.
Not from you, Jack.
Well, I can't show off who I am yet.
If Sentry doesn't call me in, I can't go.
But
If I don't know what's happening, I can't help.
Control the taps or something, or like, make the sprinklers go off or something. Like with your amazing powers.
It's not really how they work.
Like you can control like water and stuff, right? And other stuff.
In theory. It's complicated, but I didn't know it was happening, and if I don't get a call, I can't go.
It was so loud. I'm sorry, I should have called you, but I was stressed, panicked.
Are you okay?
Yes, I did not get attacked. Kind of. I did totally turn. I totally turned the giant hulking monster back into the normal self, though. So, hooray for Jack. +1, -1
Well,
to
well
the
done.
villain.
So you know what sort of powers she has?
Biokinesis.
Huh. Complicated.
Yeah, I
Where is
thought
she
I
now?
would into. Mastermind has her. I think, unless they just disappeared into the ether. I don't know. Or maybe it's like that one comic book where they teleport into a separate dimension. Sorry, I'm going into something else. Yeah, villains and stuff.
I want you to send me that video.
Okay. Sure. You would tell off the people who were trying to stop Mastermind, are you? The flying people, right?
I have to report this.
Okay. I'll send you the video. I'm going to send her an edited copy of the video.
Okay, what do you edit out?
I just edited out what the bit where Stardust and Corvid are in it.
Okay.
More specifically, I just like sent her where their faces are kind of like edited out, so it shows the blast going off, but not like who did it.
Okay.
On Mastermind.
How do you keep finding yourself in these situations?
I'm just saying, danger attracts itself to me to be beaten by me. It's like,
well,
you know, before you found me and before you started teaching me, you saw like how danger always found itself to me and how I didn't deal with it like in completely legitimate ways.
I thought I'd be able to train that out of you.
Hey, it's biological or something, I don't know. Genetics? My sister has a pretty punchable face, so maybe it's the same with me.
I think that might be just because she's your sister.
We'll have to work on that.
You go home.
Well, okay. Have fun, Miss Burns on Spitfire. You know, I actually no, never mind. Never mind, doesn't matter. Some people on the internet like saw like recorded videos and thought like you were my mother or something. It was like crazy. And
who would be asking you about that?
I have an online following.
Oh.
Just like I have my age set as like 19 or something. You know, because obviously I can't be 6. Like, yeah.
Go home.
All right.
We'll deal with your Twitter later.
Walk out the room.
She sends you home.
Just like hands in pockets. Like, why did I say that?
I'm gonna get in trouble. Anything else you guys want to do in the immediate aftermath?
Stardust isn't feeling very good about herself. She's a little insecure. So she wants to find Cassidy from last week. And
oh, okay.
They're in their last class together with Lathan, right?
Yes, they are.
Yeah, so she kind of stews throughout the rest of the day. She does her classes, and in the last class, they're like a pottery art class or whatever it is. She goes up to Cassidy and she goes, "Oh my gosh, Cassidy, I just really wanted to thank you for all the comfort you offered last week about my dad. It really helped me. I just heard, are you being kicked off the debate club because of your grades?"
I think she, for most of that, looked like she was ready with a witty retort, and then kind of gets these big eyes and is like, "What are you talking about?"
"Oh my gosh, I totally heard from the debate teacher that if your grades don't, get better, you just can't participate anymore. And I really don't want to, put that kind of pressure on you, between debate and student government. So I just thought, it don't even say anything. This is out of the goodness of my heart. I think it's best if, you drop your duties as treasurer."
I think she looks like she doesn't even know what to say, and is just like, your bangs are crooked.
No.
And then she storms out of the room.
So Elaine just kind of laughs a little bit and feels a little bit better about herself. Then she goes to Lathan. She's like, "Do you want to be treasurer of the student government?"
That's the money, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's the money.
Yeah. I could do that. Sure, I could handle that. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Great. We meet 3 times a week, and you're on prom committee now too. So just so you know.
Fantastic. They spend a lot of money on prom, so yeah, that'll be great. You count on me, boss.
Yeah, and I'll be checking all of your work to make sure nothing goes missing. But
of course.
Yeah, welcome to the team.
Handshake. All right.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, don't offer people cigarettes anymore.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, right. Yeah. Okay, I did do that. Well, I'm
Yeah,
trying to quit.
yeah.
Like I started smoking because I was vaping so much, right? And so I was like, I gotta get off these vapes because they're just so expensive. And so I'm just smoking a lot. But I'll try. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll do
Okay,
that.
I believe in you. We'll get you a patch or something.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Normally it's my
Okay,
sister.
cool.
Yeah. I can have a sister as me. Yeah. And normally my sister is really behind me. She wants me to quit too. So thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, no problem. Yeah, I'll see you at the next student government meeting.
Oh yeah, I'll be there. It's doing student government.
Cool. Yeah. Great.
He's actually pulled a cigarette out and is tapping it against the vial. Like, oh right, then puts it back.
Yeah, no more of that.
Okay, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, you want to go ahead and clear that insecure condition.
Yeah.
I think that covers it. Harsh. I love it. All right, so our time. Okay. Anything else anybody wants to do in the sort of immediate aftermath?
I'm gonna go to the nurse's office and just trying to go home. Pretty much just saying, oh, I feel really shook from that massive confrontation, and I think they hit me, and I'm feeling really awful and terrible. Can I just go home?
I think she checks you out, gives you a once over. You're not physically damaged, but I think she can tell that your anxiety is pretty high on the scale. Obviously, she would try to call your parents. They probably don't answer because they're at work. So yeah, I think as long as you are capable of getting yourself home, I think she will sign off on you leaving for the rest of the day.
Yeah, I do that. Probably stop off at the comic book store just to try and just spend a bunch of money on random things I definitely don't need.
Treat yourself.
Yeah, I'm gonna treat myself.
All right.
And then I'm gonna go to the arcade and just chill off.
Nice. Well, anybody else?
Corvid is going to send a message to the team just to tell them that Mastermind knows that we made the video.
In the middle
Stardust
of the
just types back, crap.
I'm like, so did he see? So they saw you, or did they recognize you, or was it as far as I can see, Kickback wasn't there, so maybe that we can still pull that off. That's him going in.
Shrug
who's
emoji.
Like we as in a group, or we as in us, or we as in the fake superheroes that we were playing. Like what we?
So, we as in you.
Oh, they think I did it?
No, as in
me as in Lathan, and then tries to delete but realize he can't because he sent it already. So
As in,
You can edit it.
I mean, me as in Kickback.
I don't
You're
know.
just
You all know that
honest.
Lathan is Kickback now.
I don't know who Lathan is. I've never probably spoken to him, so
That's
if that's your secret identity, I won't go into it. Unless you want me to, of course, because then I can
no, it's fine.
buy you coffee or something. I don't know.
So he thinks I did it myself. He thinks
No, as in I think they think. From what I could see, they saw Corvid in Stardust, so I'm not too sure if they saw you specifically.
Yeah, that's kind of.
Unless you spoke to him, I'm not too sure.
No,
I wasn't really close by. I was kind of away. I was at the cafeteria. I did try to calm them down, but they were really afraid. As in telepathically, I guess. Talking about what was her name? Chelsea? Sorry, I never remember.
Well, if you all know, I totally hit her with a chair. Straight
Guys,
up.
That
I
was
was
you.
like, wow.
Okay, that was you. Okay, interesting.
Yeah. Anyway,
So the plan kind of worked then, right? Because got their attention.
But Corvid tried to attack them.
Sure. Who hasn't tried to attack somebody close to them at this
it's like
point.
prison. You swing at the biggest guy.
Is it?
I'm sorry we let Mastermind get away, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think
What
there's
is,
much to
like-
do. He seems pretty powerful.
What has he done? He showed up because someone was in trouble? I mean, did he do anything? Did he do any criminal thing?
He resisted
I mean-
arrest
From who?
If
from COVID.
Me.
I mean,
not a
if
cop.
he,
How do you know that?
Because
I mean-
like we all okay, look, I don't know who you are, but you go to the school, right? Like I'm not that dumb. Like I know we all were at the school. We were all there. So we all go here. We're all here, right? So you must be other students. We're not cops. We don't have any authority except maybe Copycat and his mom. But otherwise than that, like what are we gonna do?
well,
That's actually
let's
a good
think
point.
about this.
I'm gonna be honest, Kickback.
mas-
She's not my mom, and I'm gonna say this well Stardust can hear.
I
She's
knew
not my
it.
parent. She's just,
I knew it.
She
Sarah,
just
you
teaches
did
me.
call that several times. Yeah. That's
I
fair.
did.
Yeah.
Good jobs.
And anyway,
Well, look, either way, we
The
can't
thing
arrest
about
him because he didn't do anything. And we
but
don't have any authority
let's
to
think
arrest him
about
even if he
it.
did.
Mastermind has a way to help young people control their powers. And what's he doing with it? He's
Yeah.
withholding it unless they go with him.
I mean, they might be able to control the powers, or side note, very very side note, like kind of completely left field, maybe like in a few football fields down the road, they could be stealing their power, so they can't use their power anymore.
Well,
I mean, like,
Yeah, we don't know what they're doing.
But like we don't she's still, Chelsea, no matter what she was doing, was still a minor, and now, who knows where she is? Are her parents going to see her again? She's been essentially manipulated and kidnapped by someone who we don't know their intentions.
Maybe one of us needs to pretend to lose control of their powers so they come and take us. Or try to.
There you go.
Not
I
it.
don't know, that makes me so nervous. I mean,
I'll
I
do
don't
it.
want any of you guys being taken.
Am I not super
I can
flashy?
handle myself.
Yeah. I can
I
fall off
could
of so high
control
of
the
a
whole
building.
student body, but I don't think that would be very hero-like of me.
That's cool though.
But right now
just-
we just need to lay low.
Yeah, I feel like after
Yeah,
today, I mean, like,
I agree.
Freefall is a good person who could definitely create a lot of noise.
I could definitely do that.
But I
Yeah, but you don't
don't
have a way
really
out.
want you to be taken away. Like, what if
I
he
mean,
does
my
have
way
like,
out
something?
would kind of be the same as the way in.
What if he has like a power that can like shut off your power or something, or like some kind of,
Exactly.
like, technology?
You
Then
need
what
That would work
something
on
that
all of us, wouldn't it?
isn't a power, that is just something in your DNA that can help you get out.
Like
That's why I'm
mitochondria?
going to do it.
What is in your DNA that can help you out?
Yeah,
I don't
do
know
you
what
got?
you're
I don't-
talking about.
Well, you just said.
You just said.
Didn't you just said you had special DNA?
No.
Are you like
I
mutants?
feel like we all have special DNA since we all have
Yeah.
superpowers.
I think mine's magic. I'm pretty sure it's magic.
Maybe it's
To be honest, I
ghosts.
don't know what you are.
That's why I can't get hurt, because it's ghosts. It's all my
Oh.
ancestors protected me.
Guys, let's do what Corbett said. Let's lay low for now. We'll figure out how we'll lure out this mastermind and
Yeah.
do it safely, because I don't really want to lose any of you.
Aw,
Heart
that's
emoji.
nice. Yeah. Heart emoji, heart emoji, heart emoji.
Just saying. You don't have to respond to that.
We could also just do we know anyone else that we could make them mad and get them to blast up half the school?
I don't think I want to make a full man or something. I don't really want to make somebody else pay for our troubles, kind of thing.
All right.
Like, that's kind of just completely rude. It's big in TV shows, big crime bosses. They go to prison, but then they have somebody else who'll take the fall for them. That's kind of what you're describing
Yeah.
to me. But they're not
Such
the
a
one who's
good
doing the
plan.
problem.
Yeah.
No. It's
No.
So I agree
guys,
it's a
we'll
solid
figure it-
plan.
Just lay low today, and we'll figure it out this weekend. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
On point meme. Send.
So you agree to lay low for a little bit for the rest of the week, get together this weekend, and
Ton
come
of
up
ideas.
with the next. I bet you do, buddy.
Cranking out ideas.
To come up with a plan. One.
Can I do one
last thing.
Sorry, before.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Interrupt.
Yeah.
Just as we go to leave school, because Nat normally drives Sabrina home.
Right.
I think it's been like a little awkward since the whole alien thing. And as she gets into the car, it just kind of like shoves a piece of paper into Sabrina's hands and like, here are my questions.
Oh, okay.
And it just starts out: 1, is Star Wars real? 2, is your blood green? 3, did people really go to the moon? 4, can you read minds? And it just like goes on and on like that. It's just random
Send it to me.
thoughts and questions. Yeah.
We will get answers to these once LV has a
will
list
happen.
of questions. That's very good. Is Star Wars real? Okay. So yeah.
Credit to someone in the chat for that.
Yeah, I saw that in the chat.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
I'll scroll back and find who said that.
Yeah, tell me who they are, because that's hilarious. Yeah, so you give Sabrina your list of questions about alien-related, the alien-adjacent things. And yeah, you all head home for the evening. One thing I want to leave you with for today. Nat. It is later on in the I'm gonna tell you. It's later on in the evening. I think you've been chucking softballs at your wall for a while. And eventually, tired, you get ready to go to bed. As you do, I think as you were sort of dozing off that night, your phone rings. But it's a restricted number.
Hello?
Nat Newton.
Who's asking?
A friend. Listen carefully. I've seen your actions as what is it you're calling yourself? Free fall?
Who?
Did you come up with that?
I don't know who you're talking about. I think you have the wrong number. She goes to start to hang up.
I don't think so, Natalie.
Now I know you have the wrong number because nobody calls me Natalie.
It's a clever name, Free Fall. You should take credit for it. Are you listening?
Yeah.
You were there today. You and I both know you're not so different from our friend Chelsea. She had a fun name too. You know, she was getting up to the sort of vigilante justice you enjoy. She's been calling herself Meta Knight. I assume because of the metal. But fancies herself a shield, a protector. It's fun when they let teenagers name themselves. With her temper, obviously, some things always get broken in the process. I'm sure you know what I mean.
Maybe.
I'd like to propose something.
Okay.
Help. Help controlling your powers from people who understand them. So you don't have to just keep throwing softballs through the drywall.
Starts like looking around a room, like make sure she still has a post-it note over the webcam on her laptop, and you know, top security.
What do you say to a meeting of the minds?
And how do I know you're not just trying to like steal my powers or something?
Why would I do that?
I don't know. I mean, you're kind of creeping me out here, dude.
Fair. No, I'm not trying to steal your powers. I have powers of my own. Yours are a bit destructive for my taste.
What are your powers, since you know mine?
They're complicated.
I mean, so are mine. Do you have like a cool name for them or something? Or
For my powers? No.
mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't really like meeting up with strangers I meet who call me randomly in the middle of the night. So not too sure about that.
I imagine you have questions. I'll answer them if it'll make you feel better.
Okay. I assume this is that I'm just going to make the assumption that you're Mastermind, since you didn't really introduce yourself.
I didn't think I had to.
That's, polite. What's your real name, since you know mine?
You know I can't answer that one.
You're the one that offered to answer questions.
Reasonable ones. You're running out of time here, Nat.
Okay. So if you help me control my powers, then what do you want out of this?
Nothing. From you? Nothing. You and people like you being in control of their powers and knowing their full extent is the greatest gift I could give this city.
So you just want to help people control their
Don't you?
powers so the city can be better.
Of course. Luminol City is my home.
People like the mayor aren't too happy about that. What's your plan with them?
When has your Mayor Silver ever been happy about anything?
That's what my dad says a lot. Okay. And what does better look like?
Better looks like a place where people don't have to hide who they are. And a place where people like you and me and your friends can be safe. A place where you can control what you are so the people around you are safe. I don't think that's too much to ask for. But I need your help, Nat.
I'll have to think about it. Yeah, I got a tournament coming up. A lot of practice. I gotta make sure my rise ball is, breaking right. It's taken a lot of time to get that, so that's going to be some extra hours on the
Practicing
mound this
controlling
week,
the
so
gravity around the ball you're throwing.
I would never cheat like that.
You have 48 hours. Make your choice.
And where did you want to meet?
In downtown Luminos City, there's the old community center, the one that's being torn down. 48 hours from now, I'll be there. You can too. If you don't show, I'll assume I have your answer. And bring any friends of yours you like.
Okay, thanks, bye.
You hang up.
She just hangs up.
Okay. You hang up, left with a lot of questions today.
Yeah, and she takes the battery out of her phone and takes the SIM card, pulls her laptop, starts going around her room trying to figure out how this guy's spying on her, and it's really, really creeped out by that.
Okay. Yeah, everything in your room seems to be in place. Computer's not on, webcams covered and not on, anything like that. You're not sure.
Okay.
Okay. And with that creepy thing that I've just done, we are gonna go ahead and end our session there today, because we have a couple of end of session things to do. Hope everybody's not too freaked out. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us today in chat, and thank you guys very much for playing this game with me. We're all kind of learning as we go. Some of us have played this before, some of us have not, some of us have never run this before, so we're working on it. But I hope you guys are having fun. What I do know is that there is an end of session move that we all need to do that I want to briefly talk about because I think it's really fun. So at the end of every session, all of you as player, your character can choose whether or not you think you grew closer to the team, grew into your own image of yourself, or grew away from the team this session. And there are obviously mechanic consequences to each of those. Does anyone particularly struck by any of those?
I feel like I grew closer to the team.
Okay. Tell us why.
As we were going through these things with Mastermind, making the video and all that, I don't particularly feel like I grew closer to this particular person, so I'm just going to mark potential.
Okay, yeah, sounds good.
I actually haven't done that at all yet.
Yeah, you've been rolling really well, fam. You can either give influence to a character or mark potential. Go ahead and take that potential. You've earned it.
Woo.
Who else?
I think that I bonded again with the entire team. I think that I exposed myself and showed some vulnerability and was rewarded for that. With this and the respect, the general respect that the whole team has for Kickback, I think really, just makes his heart happy.
It's going. Everything's coming up Kickback right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there someone in particular that made you feel welcome?
Well,
today?
I think that Copycat, man. Copycat hit me so hard. And I was like, hit me hard, and Copycat trusted me. and then hit me as hard as he possibly could. So I feel like that's the kind of bond and that's the kind of friendship that I've been looking for quite some time.
Okay. That's fun. So you can either give him influence and clear one of your conditions, or
Yeah.
you can mark a potential, your choice.
I have no conditions to clear because, kickback's perfect. So I'm just going to give him influence, be like, way
Sure.
to go, man. Yeah.
Hey. Everything's coming up, copycat.
Everything's coming up, copycat. Did you already have influence over kickback?
Nope.
Probably.
Perfect.
there we
Take
go.
that
Oh, right,
influence.
yeah.
Because I'm an authority
and,
figure, so therefore you don't like me.
That's right.
Fair
It's got
enough. Yeah,
mean
and don't
right
forget
hook.
that you guys can take advantage of that if you're wanting to make moves against each other.
Yeah.
Who else?
I think Stardust grew closer to the team again. Like, she was, even though they had some, clashing of how to do things, they kind of, agreed on stuff in the end, and she felt good about it. So, she just grew closer, not to any particular person. So I'm gonna mark potential.
Absolutely. Get that potential.
And then I
Okay.
failed a roll earlier. Do I mark potential for that too?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
So
Just wanna
anytime
make
you
sure.
fail a roll, you also get that potential. And then when you get 5, you can take an advancement from your playbook. So
Awesome.
more moves and things like that. All right.
Cool.
And then there
I
were
think
2.
Corvid grew closer to Nat by revealing
That was-
literally everything.
That was mine too. I was going to say group closer
Yeah,
because of Corvid's actions.
because of Corvid. Okay, yeah. So both of you, you can either give influence and clear a condition, or you can mark a potential, dealer's choice.
Now, do we give influence either way, or do we only give influence if we clear the condition? So no
It
commas in that
is-
sentence, so it's really hard to parse through.
I was reading it as give influence to that character and clear a condition, one option, or mark potential is the other option.
Okay.
I don't know if that's right, but that's how I read that sentence. So for at least
That's fine.
today, that's how we're gonna do it.
So due to
Super
that,
There are
vague.
no commas in that whole sentence.
copycat is still afraid as hell. He's still
Uh,
frightened of what happened. Anxiety attacks are going to happen.
I will give influence to Sabrina and clear a condition.
Okay.
Nat already has influence over Sabrina, so I will take a potential.
Okay. All right. And that is that. Good job, everybody. Oh no, I lost my notebook. Come back. Yeah, great job, everybody. I hope you guys had fun. Thanks everybody out there in the Twitch chat for watching with us live. If you are coming to us later on YouTube, we're glad you're here. Thanks for watching, and if you made it this far, leave us a little comment on YouTube and tell us something you thought was particularly funny or that you enjoyed about the session. We are going to fly through this because we're running low on time. Tune in if you're watching this live with us right now. Right after this, the finale of The Haunting of Seawall Orphanage is happening basically right now after us. So tune in for that. It's going to be really fun. Also here on Encounter Roleplay, there is another meat grinder happening on Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Our good friend Lydia is running that. So keep your eyes out on Sunday. Watch that. It's going to be really fun. Really quick as you can. We'll go around, tell people who you are and the thing that you want to plug. I'll start with Mecca. Go.
Right, I'm Mecha, or Mecha Spider, at Mecha Spider on Twitter, and I'm going to be on hopefully I'm going to be on the Meat Grinder on Sunday, so check that out, where I'm going to be playing Kaid Whattail, little con man I created. That's all I have to say.
The Kraken King on Twitter. You can find me everywhere as the Kraken King. I will plug Savannah and I's Twitch channel, twitch.tv/GGameNights, Nights with a K. Sunday, I'm going to be running the finale of our 5th edition game, Pursue the Black Kestrel, at 4 o'clock. Come join us there. It's sort of Treasure Island-esque, and people gonna die. It's going to be real fun. That's it.
I'm Imagine Matrix on Twitter and everywhere else, and I'm currently doing costumes of multiple Dungeons and Dragons characters, both my own and some popular ones from media. So if you're interested in that, you can go check it out.
My name is Vardian, and I run a pair of D&D podcasts called God's Fall and Rise of the Demigods. You can find everything I do at Vartian.
Hi, I'm LB Hackemup. You can find me at LB Hackemup on Twitter. I do a lot of things. Tomorrow's my only day off, so just check it, and you'll see me doing things.
All right. I will take us out one more time. I'm Savvy at Savvy Seaworth on Twitter and Twitch and everything else. You can find me, like Sean said, pretty much every other day at twitch.tv/game nights, as game with 2 G's and nights with a K. We got a bunch of fun stuff coming up. We D&D and Good Society, and I also run on that channel Tales from the Loop and Monster of the Week, so check us out. Yeah, it's getting really exciting, I think, just in general. But we are out of time, so follow all these people on Twitter, where they definitely tweet about all of the things that they're doing. Thanks for hanging out with us. We will be back 1 week from today, same time, same place, 3 p.m. Eastern time here on Encounter Roleplay. Stick around for The Haunting of Seawall Orphanage, and we will see you in a week. Bye, everybody.
While anxious wives paced Widow's Walk, scanning the horizon, watching the sea, the warmth of the fireside guided their creaking ships past the ever-present lighthouses safely into port. Today as yesterday, these sentinels of safety bring gladness to the hearts of the homing mariners.